All right, y'all. So today we're gonna get some extra vocabulary practice, and I thought that I would teach vocabulary in a little bit different way than just introducing new words. Because sometimes we're gonna read a text where that word hasn't really been introduced in our vocabulary, and we're gonna have to use clues to figure out what it means. So when we practice vocabulary, we can first read the text and then stop when we see a word we don't know. That's gonna happen, right? We're gonna see words we don't know in text sometimes. Then we're going to look at the sentence and think, what could this word mean? Then we can look up our word in the dictionary and then jot our new definition of the word right next to it. So I'm going to model what this can look like going step by step. So remember, we're first reading the text and then stopping when we see a word we don't know. So I picked this little paragraph from the text. It was never found out whether the fall of the roof was due to magic or whether that unbearably loud sound from the bell just happened to strike the note, which was more than those crumbling walls could stand. Okay, so I'm reading this text and I'm noticing that the word unbearably seems kind of unfamiliar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pause and I'm going to highlight this word unbearably, so that I know where I need to look in the text to figure out what it means. All right, and then my next step, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight unbearably again so we're going to know where I'm looking, is I'm going to look at the sentence and think, okay, what could this word mean? So I'm going to look again and reread it. It was never found out whether the fall of the roof was due to magic or whether that unbearably loud sound from the bell just happened to strike the note, which was more than those crumbling walls could stand. Okay, so looking at this word unbearably, it is used to describe the loud sound that came from the bell. Okay, this sound that came from the bell caused the walls to collapse. So I'm going to think, what kind of sound might cause walls to collapse? And so I'm going to write some notes here. And I can write a note that maybe the sound was, well, we know it's loud, right? So I'm going to write like, maybe it was crazy loud. Maybe the sound was kind of like vibrating. Okay, which caused the walls to collapse. Now I'm going to see what this word means by looking up in the dictionary and just kind of see if I am on the right track. All right. So I'm going to open another tab and I'm going to Google unbearably. You can Google this or you can use the yellow dictionaries in your classroom when you're doing your practice. But for sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and Google unbearably. What does this mean? Okay. It's an adverb, yeah. So it's a word that describes an action. And this says, a way that is impossible or extremely hard to endure. For example, the men and their families have suffered unbearably. Okay, so unbearably means like impossible or hard to endure. You know what? I don't totally know that word of endure either. And so I'm going to just Google that real quick to make sure I fully understand this definition. Oh, suffer. Okay. Suffer is a good synonym for that one. So I'm going to go ahead and look at that definition again, replacing endure with suffer, because that is a word I know a little bit better. Okay, in a way that's impossible or hard to suffer. Ooh, okay. Yeah, it's impossible or hard to suffer. Okay, so this is going to be something that's really tormenting or suffering, right? So I'm going to go ahead and jot my definition. I'm thinking the word like suffering or tormenting is going to be like best for me to remember what unbearably means. Okay. So let me write a note here that, actually I'm going to do that next one because I'm going to jot my definition. So I'm going to jot that unbearably equals suffering or tormenting. Okay, so it is a sound that is going to be super loud, so loud that it's almost suffering or tormenting you. Cool. All right, so I found my definition of unbearably that I didn't know before by looking at what was going on in the sentence and looking at the dictionary, which luckily, right, in 5th grade, we can use dictionaries on our reading star test. All right, so I have one for y'all to practice on your own. Again, if you want to practice on your own, great. If your teacher wants to do this with you, that's great too. So we're going to follow all the steps which I've included in your directions, and we're going to look at this text and focus on the word threshold to figure out what it means. When you're done with that, we've got our exit ticket in Google Classroom where you're going to get some more practice with context clues. And if y'all finish early, I did include a Kahoot on context clues so y'all can get even more practice. I hope you all had fun and learned some new things. And then tomorrow, we'll go ahead and focus on this chapter a little bit more, analyzing chapter 4. And which I'm really excited about, we're going to learn more about inferencing in nonfiction texts. So stay tuned. I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.